So now that we've gathered all of our swabs, we've gathered our pap collection, we want to be sure that our lid is nicely snug on our little bottle so the liquid won't spill in our biohazard bag. We want to make sure everything is labeled accurately, that we've filled out the lab requisition, that we've made sure we have the diagnosis codes on there, the correct diagnosis codes, the correct birth date, the correct spelling of her name. All the details need to be correct. If you're working for a midwife, make sure that you have her review the lab for you, or just double check with her on the tests that she wants to run. Also, another thing that's really important when you're sending a swab to the lab is the source. Like with the group B strep, you'd want to make sure that you indicate the source of the swab. Is it a vaginal rectal swab? So it has both vaginal and rectal fluid, or is it just a vaginal swab? Where was this swab taken from? So you've got everything in your bag. You're going to make sure it's nicely sealed. And then you're going to take your lab requisition that you filled out. You'll have to just double check with the midwife or with the area where you're practicing what the standard is, and also with your lab. For me, I have a triplicate copy, and I take the pink copy off the back. This one I punch a hole in it and I put it in her chart so that I know where I've sent for that test. Another thing that we do in my practice that I think is a really helpful tool is I will write the name of the test that I did on this same little ticket, and I'll put it directly on her prenatal note so that if I glance at that, I know that we did a test that day and I know exactly what I did. And I can now also reference the number back to the lab requisition. Then you'd want to fold the requisitions. So you always have to think about, will somebody be seeing this? This person's name needs to be protected. You never want to leave a lab requisition with somebody's name laying out where another client could see it, because that's not appropriate. It's important to have people's information as confidential as possible. So then there's a little slot here on the side of the biohazard bag where I folded it inside so I can't see the name, and then this is all ready to go. So this is all ready to go to the lab now, and we're going to make sure that if it's a really hot day and the lab's not coming till a little bit later, we put it in the fridge and then stick it out in the box right before they come.